Shalom, shalom. It's a brother. I'm one from the Great Millstone Camp here in Philadelphia, giving all praises and due honor to Yahweh, Bashem El Shah, Bashem Kakwadash. Double honor to the elder apostle of the Great Millstone, and honor salutations out there to the hopefully like. All right, so I'm going to do this video. Hopefully it's a quick one. You know, I'm in the midst of watching the elder apostle Yeshawamba from the Texas camp, you know, on this whole, you know, so-called deacon aside situation. And it's funny because, you know, before I, was going into this, I seen what's going on in Israel, and how Elder Apostle Tahar, he coined it the year of basically false prophets getting exposed. And lo and behold, that's what's been happening, man. Okay, left and right. And the new situation that occurred is, the so-called deacon aside, whatever Deacon Hakab, my fault. His wife is exposing him for, what he's being exposed for. And he supposedly, stepped down, whatever. Only he stepped down because he got caught out there, But this comes off of them, the Genesis group, they basically veered off, either they sold out or the spirit just left them and they went completely, bonkers and started teaching madness. They stripped away the name, the doctrine, everything. And one of the main things that they teach is that everybody can be saved, which that's not in the scriptures at all. So eventually, it wasn't even that, it didn't take that long for them to get exposed and, for their thing to basically break up. The Most High is not dealing with these guys, man. And the Most High, he made that very clear, in a very short amount of time, But I'll probably do a video on that next or whenever the Spirit allows me to, But this topic right here, ironically, is going into the woman, but not in this situation. It's basically a video that I seen on Instagram, and this guy, I don't know what the hell, I don't know where he came from, I just seen this on Instagram, and I basically saved it, put it in the chat for brothers to watch, and basically went in on the woman, how basically, especially in America, that these women just are nothing but whores, and men, they try, and their duty and their job is to correct the woman, but we in a society that's based upon Satan, okay, based upon the devil ruling his kingdom, okay? This is the devil's kingdom, man, okay? Esau, Edom, and his father is Satan, okay? I see that shit is going crazy over there. It's fucking spirits in the mist, man. Fucking shit on the iPad glitching. But anyway, going into a spiritual topic, dealing with Esau, Edom, and how he basically corrupted these women, man. And it all started with him being a serpent in his incarnation when he deceived Eve, and basically what happened was during that time, Eve basically listened to another man, and Adam, he was made to go off. He was subject to vanity, but the woman was in a transgression. The woman was the first one to commit sin, and the woman today, just like back then, is weak to Satan, and if you go into the Illuminati, which is nothing, Edomites, and their so-called secret societies, which everything has been brought to light. If you go into it, though, they basically research the woman, or it may have you. Obviously, they read the scriptures. It talks about they made a diligent search, and again, the so-called white man is on the left-hand side, and what he did was basically, put the woman in a position where she would basically whore herself out or think thinks she's better than a man, or just like, or can be equal to a man. And that's the same philosophy, Eve was being indoctrinated with, that she can be on the same level as Adam, you know. But she was a woman, she was in subjection. That's why the Most High, he basically reiterated the woman's purpose in Genesis chapter 3 and 16. That the woman is supposed to be in subjection under her husband, okay? No matter what. But fast forward, we're in a society where the so-called white man has put these women on top. Wait, hold on. I think I'm finally remembering my scripture. This is Isaiah 3, I believe. Yep. Isaiah 3 and 12, it says, as for my people, especially the children of Israel, so-called blacks and Native Americans, we under that vibration of the Queen of Heaven, where the men of our nation, they have their heads up the woman's ass, and even especially the Latino tribes, or the so-called Northern Kingdom, they worship the woman heavily. Even the Southern Kingdom, man, they put the woman before the man, which that's out of order, man. That's backwards. And it tells you that in Corinthians, man. The Most High, he made the man as the head or the ruler, okay? And the woman is supposed to be in subjection to her husband, okay? Just like in this society, the woman got this basically the same rights as a man or privileges as a man, but that's confusion. The woman can initiate a divorce, but the Bible speaks against that. It's up to a man whether he wants to give his wife the bill of a divorce. But you seeing especially even more so today, these women, they'll initiate a divorce and then they'll regret it, and then they basically the household falls into shambles, man, and produces more confusion. The wife, she basically just becomes a whore. She focuses on her career, her selfishness, et cetera, man. And this is just a vicious cycle that continues for generations, man. It's just so many, examples out there where these women, they will get rid of their man, and then they'll basically still want the man to be there for them. They want the man to do manly things or masculine things, but they kicked them out the house. They initiated a divorce. They really show you that in the movie Liar, Liar with Jim Carrey. That's a really good movie to watch. It tells you how wicked the women are. How they basically, Esau allowed them to basically, be wicked. And again, we are in Satan's playground, man. And this topic is very vast, man. It's just a lot to go into, because we're in a system that basically turned the woman against the man. Okay, the feminism, basically that's what Eve was indoctrinated by Satan. Okay, Eve was the first feminist, man. And that trickled down here in America, Babylon the Great, which means confusion. America is the great confusion, man. Again, it says here, Isaiah 3 and 12, as for our people, children, which are the Edomites, are their oppressors, and women rule over them. Again, the so-called white man put the woman. I mean, what else could it be talking about besides this kingdom, man? Because that's what's going on in this kingdom. The women are basically in charge, and like the scripture said in Jeremiah, I think the 39th chapter, that the woman shall compass a man or surpass a man in society. And that's what we living in, man, especially here in America. And again, that vibration of the Queen of Heaven, man, where where the men worship the woman, and that's off, man. That was done by the elites to basically, bring a discord and chaos, you know, amongst the family, man. He you know, he set it up to break up the family structure, you know, the foundation, you know, and have men on the bottom. And that causes, you know, wickedness in the land. You know, and these women, again, they basically become whores, man. You know, they gad abroad, they basically walk around butt naked, you know. It's just nothing but pure confusion, man. If you go into every little detail and facet, everything is off, man. Everything is backwards. Everything is wicked, man. Everything is against the scriptures, man. Everything is against the order of Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shah, man. And if you in the know, you in the truth, you see it for what it truly is, man. This is a wicked ass kingdom. It's a cesspool, man. You know, it's nothing but whoredoms that's being done, you know, on a daily basis, man. Adultery is rampant. You know, majority of these women, you know, they're not loyal to their man. Everything is messed up, man. Everything, man. Okay, everything is completely out of order, man. You know, that's why we need the Savior, the Most High's Son, Yahweh Shah, to come back, man, to put this place back in order, man. You know, to balance everything out. You know, to bring truth and justice and righteousness, you know, back into the earth, man. You know, we need judgment. And the Lord, he's going to allow this devil to, you know, go for a period of time until he basically, you know, brings down a hammer. You know, he brings that order in the court, man, or the order in the earth. You know, and that's going to be by way of horrific judgment, you know. And then even then, it says the people not going to repent, you know. That's why they got to, you know, the heathens, they got to go into captivity. And they're not going to be saved, man. It's when the Lord comes back, he's going to basically put the earth back in order, man. Okay, back into or basically bring it to a righteous state, man. Because our kingdom, you know, Jacob's kingdom or Jacob's world, this is the next world to come. We are in Esau's world currently. You know, when the Lord established his newer order, his righteous reign, which is going to be for eternity, the Lord is going to basically put this place back into order, man, how it's supposed to be. Okay, and instead of things being upside down, the Lord's going to turn it right side up, man. Okay, and it says, "O my people, they which lead thee cause thee to err." And error meaning what? To sin, to cause to go astray, man. And destroy the way of thy paths, man. So the you know, Esau being over us, you know, it amplifies the wickedness of our people. And then guess what? He'll put the woman over the men. Okay, over the children, which equals more confusion, more devastation, man. Okay? More wickedness. When you put the woman in charge, man, that's what happens.
You already know how it ends.
Yep, by fire. Come on, man. Let's fucking see
Start
it,
from the
dog.
beginning. Drainage.
All right, so let me play this video. Let me go back.
About the human race? Probably what's presented in this book here, Sex and Culture. So what pisses me off most about the human race is... What pisses me off most about the human race? Probably what's presented in this book here, Sex and Culture. So what pisses me off most about the human race is, I think, women throughout history, throughout every civilization, throughout every culture, are in a constant state of trying to slut out all the time. It is men constantly who are the ones responsible for stopping women from doing this. This then makes women see men as oppressors, which is, you know, that sucks for both sides. As a woman, you feel like you're being oppressed, and as a man, you're being viewed as an oppressor all the time. Secondly,
Yeah, so I got a preset right there, man. Why these women, basically want to slut themselves out, which the answer is Esau Edom, and we in Satan's playground or kingdom, man. But this what you gotta always go back to the scriptures. This is Amos 7:17. Therefore saith Yahweh, thy wife or woman, thy woman, okay, your girlfriend, your wife, whatever, or woman in general. You got little children, little daughters, their mother dress them up to be whores, man. And basically the clothes that they wear, as they get older, they have their daughters wear, and then a woman, they've been traumatized and, all kind of shit, happen to them, throughout their lives, man. And we live in a overly sexualized kingdom, man, where they sexualize every goddamn thing, man, especially the children, man. This is, again, it's so much to go into, man. There's so much to talk about when you're dealing with this topic, man. This kingdom is just pure wickedness and backwards, man. So it says, thy wife shall be an harlot or a whore in the city. And you see it. You go in the cities, what do you see, man? Nothing but whorish women, man. Here they dress like whores, but you look at them, they like a piece of meat. But they say, "Oh, you think I'm a piece of meat?" But look what you look like. You basically got everything showing, man. They go out to the clubs, they out by themselves, or with a group of females, dressed like whores, man, or sluts, or whatever you want to call it, man. It's backwards, man. It's wrong. But if you speak up against it, guess what? Like the guy said, you seen as the oppressor or the bad guy, man. When they had this slut walk, or I think prior to that, he basically had I don't know if he was a commissioner or what kind of office that he held, in law enforcement. But he told basically, I don't know if it was in New York or whatever. He basically told a woman to put clothes on, to stop basically woman being seen as a piece of meat. But guess what? He was the bad guy, okay? But like he was saying, all civilization, okay, because this is not the Lord's kingdom, especially this kingdom. This is Esau's kingdom, man. This is wickedness on high, okay? That's why it says the sins have reached unto heaven, man. And again, I mentioned the Illuminati, so-called Illuminati, the elites or whatever, international bankers, the small hats, the elites of them, the fake Zeist, okay? They basically went into it and it said that we gotta get control of the woman to basically destroy the family, Essentially, they're gonna use the woman to destroy the family, destroy the household, man. Okay? And they did that. It took a process, but, eventually in the 70s, they brought something called feminism. Okay? And fast forward to today, we're in the results, the pure results of what feminism has done to, to the world. I mean, especially in America and to our people, man. Kicking the man out the household, saying the man ain't shit, et cetera, et cetera. You got a fatherless America, majority of, because of the woman, Jakes don't have no parents, man. I mean, both parents, or the dad is basically ran out, or he's burnt out. He don't want to be around the children because of the wife or the woman that he laid with and buried children with, because the woman is fucking batshit crazy, or he got it to where he get put on child support. It's so much going that goes into this, man. This is like a goddamn. You can talk about this topic for eternity, man. You can go on and on and on and on and on, man, about the examples of madness and confusion and wickedness that goes on in society, man, and especially with the woman basically being whores, man. Okay. Thy wife shall be a harlot in the city. And then your wife that you got, guess what? Before she was with you, she was with 1,000 other dudes, man. And probably with 1,000 more dudes while she's with you. Okay? So when the kingdom of heaven comes, man, our marriages are going to be perfect, man. You shouldn't be worrying about having a goddamn perfect marriage and marriage counseling and shit. That we ain't got time to be worrying about that bullshit, man. Okay, we are sojourners in this truth, man. We only here for a moment. We got to be looking to get out this place, man. We're not trying to establish our presence in this earth, man. We're trying to establish our presence with Yahweh Shah, man. The Lord is going to give us that fame, man. You know, you got guys, you know, speaking on this nigga. He want to be a socialite. He want to be a star in the media atmosphere, man. He want to be famous in this life, you know. He care about the affairs of this life. I mean, he's not even teaching the truth any goddamn way, you know. Obviously, he's been exposed. You know, again, we're in a year of the false prophets being exposed, man. You know, we're not in the time to be having perfect marriages, man. If you got a woman or whatever, cool. You know, of course, shit gonna pop off, shit gonna happen. You might lose her or you might go through some situations, man. But we gotta look to get out of here, man. Okay, it says, you know, be quietly wait on the salvation of the Lord, man. You know, and again, even though things might pop off with your woman, you know, just don't be a wicked ass nigga, man, like that dude was, man. Like, goddamn. If you look at this shit like, you know. But we're not here to be doing all that shit, man. Especially goddamn pimping. Like they say, pimping ain't easy, man. You know, what's easy is basically doing what the Lord said, man. Going out on the highways and byways, just doing the work. You know, we ain't got time to be multiplying wives, man. You know, you get in and you get out. If she stay with you, and hey, man, she stay with you. If she leave you, hey, so what? You gonna get it back any damn way, man. You gonna get even more. You know, we in a time of, we gotta do the work, man. We in a time of doing the work, man. Okay? Like the scriptures say how he may please his wife, man. Okay, we're not in that time right now. We gotta get the hell up out of here, man. So things can be perfect in the next life. Okay, in the future. When Yahweh Shah comes back, man. They looking for, you know, a perfect marriage in this kingdom, man. It ain't gonna happen, man. You know? Then you just a wicked ass nigga. Like, you know what I'm saying? You got exposed, man. Now that's why you stepped down. You got exposed. You would have popped up with another stupid ass fucking 4-hour video talking about, you know, why you took away more of the doctrine. You know, but the Lord got your ass exposed, man. Just like that, man. That was swift, man. Got you up out of here already. Preaching that madness, denouncing the name. You know, like one of the brothers, you know, Shemayim Young in their camp. Like, I was thinking the same thing, but he said it. He like, if these guys start teaching about you can eat pork, that probably would be the next topic. They would have conjured up and started teaching against the scriptures, man. Or they might, you can commit adultery, you know? But the Lord, he got them up out of there, man. What they going, I guess, you know, Hassad, I guess he gonna do a video now. But yeah, man, I ain't mean to jump into that, but, you know, Gods are being exposed. I was over here reading this on the side. But yeah, the point is, man, women are whores, man. This is I'm gonna probably how many? I don't know. I'm gonna probably end it off with this. I wanted to make this short. I got more scriptures on this, but I didn't want to make this too long. But this is Ecclesiasticus 26:12, I believe. Yeah, 26:12. It says, "She will open her mouth." It is talking about the woman as a thirsty traveler. You know, these women love to travel, man. If you ever dealt with a traveling woman, look, man, she just nothing but a whore, man. Especially if she's a flight attendant, she's a whore. Any woman that travels, nothing but whores, man. Okay? I know this Asian woman, innocent looking Asian woman, again, a traveler, she had over 8 boyfriends in different states. You know? These women always traveling, they always gadding abroad, man. Okay? Like, this is the society we live in, man. These women are thirsty, man. What do you call it today? You call it a thirst trap. It's already written in the scriptures, man. Thirst trapping was already written in the scriptures. It was already foretold, man. Okay, these thirst traps, they be on Instagram, you know, scantily clothed or cladded, you know, basically looking for weak men that's going to basically, you know, finance their life. You know, these women, they got the feet thing now, you know. All that is just the, you know, if you go into the cyberpunk, dystopian, you know, comic, whatever, everything about sex, man, it just pollutes the mind, man. They just want to basically lower your intelligence, man, by keeping sex on your mind, man. It'll keep you inculcated with sex, polluting your mind, corrupting your mind. You know, every time you be on your feed, look like learning shit on your IG feed or whatever. I mainly be on IG or whatever. It can be Facebook or whatever. You be scrolling, learning shit, and people notice that shit too, man. You know, they blame the small hats, man. You be be seeing this, you know, certain things being exposed or certain information you come across, and then the next goddamn slide or reel or whatever, or post is be a goddamn woman shaking her ass, you know, woman showing her feet or whatever, you know, whatever, man. Fucking madness, man. This is a Satan-filled extravaganza, man, that we live in. You know, you one click away from wickedness. Okay? Yeah, it's verse 10. Damn, man, this is crazy, man. What the fuck? All this. Ugh. It says, all this is good. Verse 9, the whoredom of a woman may be known in her haughty looks and eyelids. They make all these. I don't deal with women with makeup, man. Okay, not even lipstick. You know, sometimes I can let that go, but I ain't never had a woman that wore makeup or had weave. I don't deal with nothing like that, man. I can't stand that shit. But you see these women, they be wearing that witchcraft makeup. And she don't even have to have makeup, man. You got some natural, beautiful women out there that can basically do the same shit if they had makeup on. You know, catch you, you know, with their thirst traps or whatever. Catch you off guard, man. And you look at the NBA, NFL, man. It's nothing but filled with women looking to take a man down. You know, bring him to a piece of bread. You know, take his money, put him on child support. Okay, that's all it's filled with, man. Most of these women, they just running game, man. They just trying to get a nigga to basically be their slave, and that's why the scriptures say, man, her hands are as bands. Whoso pleases the Most High shall escape her, man. You know, and sometimes you might not have, you might Not escape the bitch. That might be a ball and chain, man. Without you even putting a ring on it, man. You're fucking hell, man. Hey, this shit you gotta deal with. You gotta fucking endure. And that's one of the hardest things, man. Endure a wicked ass bitch, a wicked ass woman. You know? You need the Lord on your side, man, to deal with that, man, or to stay strong, man. To keep your head on your shoulders, man. You know? Because that can bring you down swiftly, man. And that's been the thing with, you know, the adultery was rampant. It still is, man. You know, and then you got guys that weak as hell when they lose their woman. There was a, you know, especially in the world, the women leave them, you know, and a lot of men are in the grave because of their woman. You know, they break up, the woman break up with their man, they kill himself, or you know, the woman is in a position where she basically dealing with multiple men, and the men end up getting killed over the woman. And like most of these motherfuckers in the rap world, they fall out over women, or just in general. You know, men fall out with each other over women. Okay? The woman is Satan's number one tool. Okay, just like again, they knew that to bring society down, they was gonna use the goddamn woman to do it. And hey, they did a marvelous job, man. Okay, you got to give this so-called white man a hand for basically doing what the Most High told him to do. Okay? And at the end of the day, they going to have to pay for all this shit. That's just one of his sins, man. That he going to have to pay for what he did, you know, as a serpent, as Cain, okay? As Edom, especially as Edom. He going to have to pay for everything that he done throughout the earth and the universe, man. He polluted the space, you know, the air we breathe, you know, the water we drink, the food everything, man. Every goddamn thing, man. And then again, we're dealing with the topic with the woman. This just like Mother's Day. Comes first? Mother's Day. And then it's, you know, who your mama with now day, which is known as Father's Day. Okay? What if there ain't no fathers in the household? You know? But the woman, they always come first. And again, man, you got the goddamn, the Queen of Heaven spirit, which that's not in the scriptures, man. The woman is not to be worshipped in any capacity, man. Then you got guys with a problem with that. But it's just so much to go into. Let me read this. It says, if thy daughter be shameless, verse 10, Ecclesiastes 26:10, keep her in straitly. That's why the man said, like, you got men that basically want to put the woman in order, want to tell them to, do the right thing. But guess what? The men in society is looked up as oppressors. They're cruel. They what is that? They hate women. I forget that term. It's not is it Miss Andrew? Misogynistic. Okay. When it's not. The Lord just told you right here. Man, I'm gonna just turn it to y'all. Goddamn. Confusion. All right, they ain't playing. All right. Yeah, it says it right here. Keep her in straitly, man. I mean, basically, keep your foot on her neck, man. All right, I'm trying to, what the fuck? Let me see. Probably look that up in let me see this. Apocrypher. Come on now, I'll put the Y. Is it NOT? Or GNT? It's in the GNT, Sirach 26:10. It says, verse 9, you can tell an unfaithful wife by the bold and flirting looking. Yeah, man, every woman, they know this, man. They teach this in this wicked ass society. The woman to go for is the one that's in a relationship, because they're always on go, man. The woman is always ready to leave her man. There's no loyalty at all. Just pure unfaithfulness, pure whoredoms, pure adultery, man. Okay? All you gotta do is make a woman laugh, and you can laugh the panties off, man. You can laugh her out of her drawers, and you can get some. You can get your turn. You know, especially if she is with a man. And then he got these so-called prank videos or whatever, where you got mainly Jake. Basically, these Jakes going to Walmart or Target, whatever the fuck, and there'll be a couple together, and then you'll have a Jake come up and basically start talking to the woman that's with her man in front of the man. And the woman is always willing to, give up everything just to talk to a guy that don't give a fuck about her, man. That's basically doing this shit for content. But it shows you how these women are nothing but whores, man. Okay? You shouldn't have put invest your mind, body, and soul in a woman, man. She will never, be really with you, man. She will never be yours in this society, man. Okay? It's only your turn, man. You shouldn't even be in love with a damn woman, man. You should be in love with the Lord and doing the work. That's it. But you gotta go through it where you gotta go through hell, man. To find out. To find out, man. You gotta fuck around and find out, man. Okay? And the women, they love a man or love a guy that treat them like shit. Okay? They always keep them guys around, man. Always. Verse 10, it says, if your daughter, I wanted to say more things, but I'm going to just keep going in the scriptures. If your daughter is determined to have her own way, you see that? Just like these women today, they're determined to, I can do bad by myself. I own my body, yada, yada, yada. You can't tell me what to do. Only God can judge me. But look at this. It says, keep a close watch on her. If you don't, she'll take advantage of any chance she gets to what? To destroy herself, man. It's this whole thing. I'll probably do a video on that. What is this fine ass woman, is on social media. Everybody in the comments is on her side saying, oh, divorce your man, get rid of him, yada, yada, yada. She had 4 kids with this man, Jake. And she's a fine ass woman who basically thought that, through her attractiveness, she thought that no man would ever leave her for another woman. But guess what? It's in a man's nature to have more than one woman, man. No matter what the fuck you look like. Okay? I had, my soulmate. I had another woman, man. Why? Because it's in my nature. I'm a man. A woman is only meant to be with one man. Okay? And she was all distraught and hurt. But I kept screaming at my damn phone like Isaiah 4:1. Okay? I lost a woman. I lost one woman like that. We at the end, man. I'm telling motherfuckers the truth, man. I don't care, man. That's just it's a loss, man. It's a loss I gotta take. So be it. The Lord will open your eyes. When that judgment come, then you going, oh shit, he was right. He was trying to tell me, oh well. But yeah, this woman basically all hurt, broken, and it's come on, man. You already know she got men in her DMs. Come be with me. And these women love being lied to. These women love being lied to, man. Okay, all these men, obviously, probably hundreds of thousands of men, millions of men in our DMs, and yeah, baby, I'm the one for you, yada, yada, yada. you know, and she all distraught and broken because her husband dealt with another woman and got another woman pregnant. Like, it's the end of the world for this bitch. Like, come on, man. If you knew the scriptures, you knew that a man can have more than one woman. But this society, again, that's another thing, man. The so-called white man basically made it like fucking, wicked for a man to have more than one woman. But the Lord said, be fruitful and multiply, man. Okay, a man can have more than one woman. But the so-called white man made it look like it's the most evil thing you can do. Cheating. That only applies to a goddamn woman, man. Okay? And a man that basically have sex with a woman that's already married, man, or basically engaged or betrothed to another man. Okay? If a woman is with a man, she can't go out and sleep with another man. That's adultery, man. Okay? And a man, he can't sleep with another man that's with a man. I mean, another woman that's with a man. Okay? Or married to another man. That's adultery, man. But if the woman is single, okay, that she doesn't have a man, then it's all right that he basically deals with her. A man can have more than one woman. In the kingdom, it says one shall become 1,000. How the hell is it going to happen with one woman? It's not. How can one produce a strong nation with one woman? That's impossible. Okay? The men of the Lord, it tells you, Isaiah 4:1, several women shall take hold of one man. And that 7 represents completion. It's going to be more than 7. In the kingdom of heaven, it's going to be more than 7,000 women to one man. Okay? And if you're an Israelite woman, you're going to have her forever. That's going to be your wife for eternity. Okay? You're going to have concubines. You're going to have wives. Your Israelite woman, she's going to be your wife for eternity, man. We're going to be in our power, in complete power, man. And your woman going to be submissive. She's going to be, Genesis 3:16. So let me read this, verse 12. Oh, my God. Oh my God, man. What the fuck? That's powerful. Verse 11. If she is too self-willed, be on guard. And don't be surprised if she disappoints you. You see? Come on, man. God damn. That's powerful, man. Especially in today's time, because it's talking about today, man. These women are too self-willed, man. How is she going to disappoint you with her attitude? Or she's going to deal with another man, deal with another dude. Or then these females are bisexual. Or now they pansexuals, they this sexual, they that sexual. They confused, man. They're destroyed. Their minds are destroyed, man. And it says she'll spread her legs anywhere for any man who wants her. Just as a thirsty traveler would drink whatever water is available. You see? It's simple as that, man. All you got to do is go to the scriptures to find out everything you need to know. And this dude, obviously study with the Spirit of the Lord, working with you to find this out, man. And then, our elder apostles and the other elder brothers, and the other watchers, that's doing the work, teaching and edifying, and you can learn from your own experience. Then you can back it up with the scriptures. It's right. The answer is right here, man. This is why these women are so goddamn loose, man, because it was designed that way, man. We're living in biblical times, man. But in the kingdom of heaven, this shit gonna be done away with, man. Ain't gonna be no. Let me get that. Hold up. Damn, hold up. This is Deuteronomy 23:17. And it, there shall be no whore of the daughters of Israel, man. None of our women gonna be whores in the kingdom of heaven. None of them. Okay? Nor especially this man, please, man, this spirit gonna be completely obliterated. Nor a sodomite, only in this kingdom. Okay, we I guess we in Pride Month now. Okay? That demonic ass holy day of Esau, okay, which is demon month. These homosexual, these sodomites are associated with pride, man, and pride goes before destruction. Okay? And a haughty spirit before fall. And I did a video on the word gaya or gay in English. It means to be arrogant or proud. And what these Edomites call themselves that are homosexuals, or society that call themselves homosexual, they call them gay. Okay, they're arrogant, prideful, okay, haughty. And guess what? Hey, that's why this place, one of the reasons why this place is going to be destroyed by nuclear fire, man. Because of the sodomy, man, the wickedness and the homosexuality, man. Okay? That's how Sodom and Gomorrah was obliterated by fire. This place, America, aka Babylon the Great, is going to be destroyed by fire as well. So with that, man, hopefully it's edifying. Until next time I say shalom.